Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing. I just wanted to give you this quick altcoin update here as I'm about to go into the pool. I'm going to be floating around for about 6 hours as it's the first day of meteorological fall here in the great state of Michigan and across the northern hemisphere. And our summertime and warm temperatures are pretty much gone here, this latitude, especially this year, how chilly it's been late August. And now there's another very cold Arctic air mass actually coming down. Well, we got a very important week coming up, a very important month as we come on into the end of the final quarter of 2025, as the Fed will more than likely lower rates. Probably at least a quarter basis point is what the market is baking in on the bullion market and in the stock market. And there could be a big sell-off, a manipulated sell-off here across the crypto sphere. But I believe that even if we have a brief sell-off, as you can see, AMP is getting very close to that lower support. And we do know I'm very bullish on AMP next year and into 2027. As full transparency, become members of Jabroni Killers for as cheap as $3.99 a month to keep these videos coming out for free, and to become an asset millionaire with the truth, trust, education, and information in the way that I'm doing it. But you do know I'm very bullish on this next year and in 2027, but we're at a very critical support level right now, just above that pattern support of about 2 years there in purple. And if we breach that to the downside, you would quickly come down to that green left to right support at 0.002 and change. And it's going to be a very interesting week, as we could have a sell-off in Bitcoin and the major cap coins, as they've been fluctuating a lot more than the smaller cap coins. But that underneath support is the critical area here in AMP, and you can see that right here is your lower support. We need to hold that, and I think we will. But if we don't, you would have a quick sell-off down to a severely low area down here, and that's a big fall from where you're at now, and it'd be very painful for me to see happen. I'm hoping I don't see it happen. I'm hoping we get supported again here, and we try to turn this back to the upside. But I do believe the patience and the couple of year wait, if you have the fortitude to do it, will pay off big time over the coming 12 to 24 months, as I do believe we're going to be up near that 2 cent level by the end of next year. You can see the DGB is another one that I'm extremely bullish on. It's now just below that horizontal left to right yellow line at 0.00830. If you break that, you could come down to a regional low right there. But I feel like if you have enough fortitude, even if this does break a little lower in the long term, you're going to end up between the 2 and 9 cents going through next year, as I believe AMP and DGB are going to very highly and be one of the top performing crypto coins next year, as there's going to be an all-out assault. And don't let the short-term market volatility drive you out of an individual market that you're in if it appreciates under a dollar depreciating world, because there will be an all-out assault on the dollar next year. And that's a warning from me to you, as silver hit $40 for the first time in 14 years today. Gold bullion is just below an all-time high at $3,500 and about to hit our target. We made that call at $1,600 a share 5 years ago for gold, or an ounce. We made the $50 silver call when it was at $16.50-ish an ounce. Silver will be north of 50 next year, closer to 75. Gold's going to be working its way to $4,500 and $5,000 through the next couple of years, as there's that all-out assault on the dollar, and they're going to crash interest rates next year. They've already fired a couple of Fed chairmen, people on the Fed board. Jerome Powell will be ousted next year. They're going to put in and fill the Fed board with a bunch of shills and shellackies for President Trump that will deplete and devalue the dollar, hurt the dollar, fire up the printing process, and start monetizing debt, buying corporate bonds, 10-year treasuries to lower the end game, what they need down. They can control the short-term rate, but they must have the long-term treasury down, so mortgage rates go down and all that kind of stuff. And I believe commodities are going to boom again as they've continued to boom. They're the best performing asset sector this year. I believe selective altcoins are going to boom next year, DGB and the AMP most notably. Across the board, though, I believe the dollar is going to be chronically devalued next year. You're going to see assets soar, and with that, certain cryptocurrencies will soar with it. But currently, right now, you can see they're very bearish across the board. You can see, and the Algo, the 50-day just says we're going to delete that. It's starting to trend down and turn bearish. You can see how, if you forecast that out to about 14 to 20 days, you could see a bearish cross there if the price action continues. We've broken severely below the 23 cents. And if we don't get a rebound in a lot of these coins today, Algo's next move would be down to that 19 cents, major underneath support. And then that would be, if you couldn't hold that, you'd be bringing 10 cents back into play. If you're trying to avert that, you need to reverse this and get back above that critical 23 cents or the bottom part of that red trading box, right? It's very important that you do that, and that's something that we're going to continue to watch. Oxyon, unfortunately, like we've been calling, ever since you got below that purple trading box, the top part of that, we told you, just like you hit back there in early April, you were coming more than likely straight back down to the 0.00803. The XDC is the same thing. We've initially bounced off the 200-day moving average. If we can't hold the 200-day moving average, you're going to come very quickly down to the 0.0557, which is a swing low. Hey, where are you going?
We have a raccoon in the back.
Oh, you caught one?
Yeah.
Ooh, we found one of the predators.
Right. Well, you can't really.
Yeah, where are you going to throw him?
I don't know.
Just go like 2 miles away, because you'll find his way back.
That's what I read. It was like,
Fuck yeah, they will. Just go somewhere and throw him on the side of the road by the woods. Just open the trap by the woods and let him run. But go like on the other side of a major road, though.
right. I'll just kind of hold.
Yeah, that way if he tries to come back, a car takes him out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
No, he's going to go in the woods.
Yeah, he'll go in the woods.
You're going in the woods.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Yep. We had one of our ducks get slaughtered a couple of weeks ago, and we trapped a raccoon. We found one of the predators, right, trying to come back for another meal. But you can see the XCC, if you break that, you're coming to the 0.05 and change, and that's something that we're going to watch. The same thing with Hbar. You're just below an Hbar, or just above the 200-day moving average. Hbar, you know, we've been talking about this. If you break that in Hbar, unfortunately, you have a big fall down to 15 cents. And that's something that we're going to be watching over the coming weeks and months to see if there is a short-term major sell-off across the sphere, as we had such big appreciation from some of the swing lows late in the spring and early in the summer before the July massive pump across the board. But you can see that 15 cents is a major support, the 34 cents is a major resistance, and the 200-day moving average is your major bullish or bearish signal in the altcoins and across the sphere. I can't stress this enough. You should be in the gold and silver bullion market. You should be in the commodity market. You need to be buying asset appreciating things under a chronic dollar depreciating world, because I can't stress and say this enough. That will not stop in the short term, and more importantly, it will continue and exacerbate and can move faster. Of course, they're here. Move faster as the years go on and the decades move on. And if I'm fortunate to make it into my 60s and 70s, gold bullion will at that point probably be over $20,000 an ounce. Like, subscribe, continue to become asset millionaires, and continue to increase your standard of living via smart investing, living below your means, savvy financial investing, savvy budgeting, and not trying to live with the Joneses. Peace and love to my lovely, glowing, beautiful audience.